Hello, all my financially focused people. My name is Dan and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you popping in today. The channel is all about personal investment, whether that's investing your money into things like stocks and stuff, or also investing your time into yourselves as well. Now, today's video is about investing and what I think is personally the hardest thing to invest in and the reasons why I think it's so hard as well. Now, in regard to investing, let's discuss a little bit more about what types of investments there are. So of course, you've got personal investment, growing yourself, etc. But you've got things like investing your money into stocks, ETFs, NFTs, if that's your sort of thing. Obviously, altcoin is a hot topic at the moment and the growth within that. And just being able to see your money work for you while you're sleeping so that we can enjoy financial freedom as we get older. And when we talk about financial freedom, of course, that's different things to different people. Some people may want to be able to afford a very nice house or very nice cars, but also, things like, for me, I see financial freedom as being able to have my time back to enjoy the things that I like in life and being able to spend them going on holiday, visiting the world, etc. as well. Or even just having a big old pile of money, just like Scrooge McDuck did, so I could just dive right in there and swim around with all that cash. That would be pretty cool as well. So out of all those investments, what do I personally think is, the hardest thing to invest in? And of course, this is going to be different for everyone, but this is my own personal thoughts on this. And it's just to try and have that conversation and to discuss between ourselves why I think this is difficult, why it might be easier for someone else, etc. But to sort of get that understanding of how people achieve these investments so easily, why sometimes I struggle with that, why others don't see it as an investment at all, and just have that conversation. So for me, the hardest investment has got to be investing into myself because, it's taking the time to focus on yourself, right? Now, bear with me on that one. I know it seems a little bit strange and like, damn, what are you talking about? It's so easy. It's really that easy. You can just keep on growing, your financial focus and all of that, and you will grow with it. But I don't think it is. Now, personally, we talk about growing yourself and growing your wealth. And lots of people see that as one in the same, but I see one helping the other rather than the same. Now, the reason I think that is so difficult is because, with investing, you've got things like you can auto invest on a daily basis. You can save through things like apps like Plum, and it will auto save while you spend money. But investing in yourself, there's only one person that's going to be pushing you to do that. And that's you. So if you're not involved or want to have the focus to be able to achieve what you want to achieve, you're never going to achieve it, right? And that's why, for me personally, I think that's the hardest investment you can do. But also, it's a great thing to achieve, and it can really set you in a great step for being able to keep on growing, not just your personal side of things, but also your business side of things and money and investments and everything like that. Now, let's think of the old saying, the wise man doesn't build his house on sand, he builds it on rock. Because in my mind, having personal investment in yourself will create a great foundation for you to keep on leveling up and leveling up and leveling up in your financial side as well. Now, these are things like, reading or educating yourself, learning a new skill, everything like that. And these investments don't have to be big things. They can be small daily rituals that allow you to focus. So things like making your bed every morning, or walking 10,000 steps and getting some fresh air, or even things like drinking 3 litres of water and staying hydrated. That is your reminder to stay hydrated, by the way. And you're probably saying, but Dan, these are so simple in principle, it's not an investment, but I don't see it that way. I do see it as an investment because I want to continue to build good habits within myself and my lifestyle that will allow me to keep on growing. And they do saying that doing something 21 times, something becomes habit. And then for me, habit becomes routine, routine becomes ritual, and ritual becomes life. So I do think it's quite important, but some people might not see that. And that's why I'm doing this video today. And please don't get me wrong. I am so guilty of this, like seriously guilty. Like, you saw my last video. My 20s were just a car wreck, a real car wreck, and literal car wreck as well. But it was a case of I didn't focus, I didn't do the groundwork to be able to grow myself, to allow myself to continue and focus and grow my personal wealth and my personal investments as well. And that's something that, I started to notice, like, to my late 20s. It's like, why am I not doing these things? Why do I find that so difficult to implement smaller things into my life if I'm struggling to implement the small things, how am I going to implement the big things? So I started doing the small things, like I said, making my bed in the morning, making sure I go for a walk every day and getting 10,000 steps in, enjoying some fresh air, even if I'm working, take the time to do it. And I've also done small things like get myself a notebook so I can jot down my thoughts during the day, because trying to either remember them or make sense of them in my own mind is sometimes difficult right there and then. But if I can look back at those at the end of the day, which I also do, I go through and read through and maybe try and put them in a better sense or a better order to help myself think about things I want to achieve or things that have made that day worthy for me and an enjoyable day. And just being able to see what I've done structurally in front of me on paper, I find very helpful. But also being able to look back and seeing what I've achieved and where I've come from to where I am now is also really helpful. So that really helps me. It's different for everyone, but that's something that I've put in as a daily routine, and it's really helped me as well. And there are other things as well. I set aside 30 minutes a day to allow myself just to turn everything off and just purely focus on what I can do to add to this channel, for instance. So I take the time to either learn a new skill on YouTube or look at how people are editing and creating content so that I can start thinking about the way that I create and bring content to the channel, but also researching areas that I want to talk about and learn more so I can truly bring value to the channel and to you guys who are watching as well. But to set that time aside has been very helpful, and it's going to continue to allow me to grow as a person and grow with you guys as well and truly bring some better value than if I was just doing this on the fly. So those sort of things will really help later on down the line, at least from my side anyway. And the reason it's so hard is because you can't automate it. So many things you can automate via your phone, on apps, auto investing, etc. But physically taking the time to focus yourself on small little tasks during the day, some people are just like, doesn't matter. Why should I do it? It's not going to make any difference. But to see actually the small things add up to the bigger things and make things easier later on is truly a skill in itself. And I am still on my path to learn that as well. So I think it's important. And this is why I wanted to make this video, to have this discussion about this as well. So truly coming down to it, I suppose it's all about keeping focus, right? And allowing your focus to the small things. The big things will come so easily to you in regards to focusing on those as well. Now, how about you guys? Are there any of you out there that have done this and you've added the small routines into your daily life that have allowed you to really focus and settle on the goals that you want to achieve, so that later on down the line, you've seen some really huge success? Or maybe there's some of you that are watching this and thinking like, what are you on about? Like, the small things don't matter. It's only the big things, the big goals that matter. It'd be interesting to understand sort of both sides of the coin and understand people that have done the smaller things to allow them to achieve what they wanted to on the bigger goal side of things, and people that just go straight for the bigger stuff, and if you've struggled or not, and seeing from both sides of that. Or potentially you're one of the people that haven't even thought about this and maybe there's some small routines you want to put in place. It'd be interesting to hear what you guys are thinking about. So are there any routines that you are thinking of putting in place on a daily basis? Pop them down in the comments. It'd be interesting to see what you are thinking of bringing to your daily routine, and just see how you think that will also help you and guide you to really focus in on what you're looking to achieve for yourself. Thanks so much guys for your time today. I really do appreciate that. And thanks so much for watching the video as well. If there are any comments you want to drop down below, please feel free to do that. I will respond to you. And if you want to give this video a quick like, I'd really appreciate that as well. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Thank you.